'Twas the night before morrow and all through the store were the gaggles of shoppers seeking iPhones and more. Not but a new charger was found on my list, when approached by another, and man was he pissed. For yet a few minutes had I waited around, just biding my time till a shopkeep was found. As I stood by the register, just biding my time, when up came the man who started to whine. "Aren't you supposed to be helping me?" said he, no delay. "No," replied I, "no more did I say." His eyes blazed with fire, he clearly was miffed, but his patience was nil, his manners amiss. A minute then lapsed, assistants arrived, my charger procured, I made my goodbye. Then later I saw, by the checkout no less, my old surly friend, my life was so blessed. He glowered at me, but had nothing to say. I paid for my haul and then drove away. And on do I head to my next errand task, and one final note: never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. To preface this story, let me point out that this was the first time ever I was confronted with the idea that people might be so dense as to get really angry at somebody for not working there. It'll explain my reaction later in the story. So about a year ago I was at a tech store, selling cameras, smartphones, the like. Picture me dressed in thick winter clothing, browsing, as opposed to the sales team who all wear white buttoned short sleeve shirts with the company logo on it. A man comes up to me and demands help picking a new camera. I politely inform him that I don't work here, just another customer, but I can go fetch one of the employees to help him. I actually know some of the guys working there. Plus, I don't really know anything about cameras, I add. Typical, nobody knows anything, not my department, it's somebody else's problem, always excuses. He roars. Surprised by his sudden uproar and puzzled that he actually doesn't believe me, I start laughing at the absurdity of the situation and try to explain again that I don't work here. I mean, look at my clothes. You know, a big misunderstanding. We can sort this out, right? He completely ignores it. He starts shouting and swearing at me. What an outrage. He's so sick of the lack of customer service, he'll report me. Oh, how I will regret this. I can't keep my composure and start laughing in earnest now. This is just too crazy. He storms out of the shop, shouting, threatening with bad reviews online and mails, and reporting this to my superiors. A few days later one of the guys gives me a call telling me they actually did get an official complaint, demanding I get fired to see justice done. Since then I have found this subreddit and I no longer wonder about this kind of thing. TLDR, I took my 7-month-old service dog in training into Costco with me and he peed in an aisle. Previously uninvolved employee walked over to badmouth fake service dogs to me while I was mopping it up. Pet tax from a month ago when my sweet boy passed his phase 1 test. We're in a Home Depot in the photo. His name is McCoy. https://imgur.com/a/gaptxa https://imgur.com/a/gaptxa. To start out, I recognize this was completely my fault. I normally ask him before we go into a building. This time I did not do this thing. Normally he'll let me know if he's gotta go, but it was busy in there and so neither of us were paying enough attention. Shit, and pee, happens. Fortunately I was also with my partner, so I sent her to go find someone to help us clean up. Partner returned with some paper towels and said a mop bucket was on the way with the first employee. Convo with first employee as follows. Me, here, let me. I feel bad. While reaching for mop. Emp1, oh, you don't have to. But they clearly did not want to be doing this thing, which, well no, fair. Me, I, truly / do not mind. I worked in food service for years, plus, absolutely my fault. Mop acquired. Employee awkwardly watched me mop before realizing they'd forgotten the wet floor sign, then left to retrieve it. At this point I have passed the dog to my partner so I could handle the mop. Both my partner and dog are walking to the end of the aisle to get our cart. I am then approached by the second employee. Conversation as follows, paraphrased because it was like a week ago at this point. Imp2, watching my partner walk out of the aisle, pulls down mask to quietly say, I don't know why. Imp1, didn't just ask her to leave. It's not a service dog if it pees on the floor. Me, he's in training. I did not remove my mask, and in fact leaned away, because I'm immunocompromised now. Imp 2, oh, well that doesn't mean he gets to be out of control. Me, he's only 7 months old. I forgot to ask him to go before we came into the building. Imp 2, oh he's your dog. Proceeds to backpedal painfully with anecdotes about her chocolate lab who is so hyperactive and out of control. Me, yes, he's my dog. Partner, returns with dog and cart. Doggo is being extremely chill, because he's actually the best boy. Who just needed to pee. Imp 2, oh he's so mellow. Me, yeah, he's a good boy. At this point I fully turned away from Imp 2 to pay attention to my good boy. Imp 1 returned eventually with the sign. Partner, Doggo, and I returned to our shopping. I am almost positive Imp 2 thought I worked there because I was holding the mop. It certainly couldn't have been my maroon jeans, big baggy sweatshirt, brightly colored hair, and lack of name tag. At least I hope Imp 2 thought I worked there. I can't imagine how uncomfortable other customers are when this person walks up to them and starts talking smack about random passers-by. So I went to McDonald's with a few friends after a young farmers meeting. We finish up so I go to the bins and throw away the rubbish. I then get tapped on the shoulder and asked, "Are you guys open for eating in?" Like, lady, what? Her whole family is looking at me expectantly as well. Like I was clearly dressed in my own clothes. I was wearing Timberland boots, jeans, a checked shirt, and a scoffle. But that obviously means I work there because I didn't want to create more of a mess for the employees. If you have on a spec or orange, you work at Home Depot. I was in the garden section a couple of weeks ago. Blue tracksuit top zipped up to only expose the V of my orange t-shirt. Dark navy blue matching sweatpants and orange and gray Adidas sneakers. Within 10 minutes several people asked for my help. "No, I don't work here. Do you see a Home Depot apron on me?" I asked nicely. The fifth guy laughed and said I should start sending folks to the furthest corner of the store. Maybe next time, lol. What do you all think? For this idol, I am but a lowly witness. The cast are: lad, 15 or 16-year-old schoolboy. Oldman, elderly fellow. Karen, that says enough. On to the story. I'm browsing for Christmas gifts at a big British electrical goods outlet that starts with C and rhymes with worries. As I walk into this particular aisle, I encounter the lad and the oldman. Oldman, excuse me, could you help me get a couple of things? Lad, sorry, I don't work here. Oldman, I realized that before I asked. It's just I can't carry this easily with these, indicates his basket, trolley and crutch. Look, if you can get these things on my list and get it all to the checkout, you can have this $5. Lad, looks at the oldman suspiciously. Oldman, I just need to get to the checkout. I've got a trolley, see. Once I'm past the checkout, I'll not need help. Lad, considers it for a moment, okay. Gimme the list. The lad scoots off, and finds stuff. I'm thinking to myself that this might be a nice wholesome Reddit story, so I want to see what happens. I stay in the aisle, now just pretending to browse. The lad returns, and says, "That's everything you wanted. Let's go to the checkout." As they start to walk away, their path is blocked by the queen of entitlement, the Karen. Karen, to the lad, "You can help me now." Lad, "Sorry, but I don't work here, lady." Karen, accusingly, "Yes you do. I saw you helping him." Demandingly, "You can damn well help me now." The poor lad looks panicked and deeply uncomfortable, but then the old man had a glint in his eye and wry smile. Karen, "If you don't help me, I'll get your manager and get you fired." Oldman, butting in, "Actually, I am his manager. I'm paying him." Lad looks at him quizzically. Oldman winks at the lad, "Sorry, boy, but I'm just gonna have to let you go. I'm officially promoting you to customer. Your last official task is to take this to the checkout. Here's your severance pay," hands him the $5. The lad is an absolute unit, a real gem, and says, "Oh no, sir, don't fire me. How am I gonna look after my old mum, etc." I thought he was quoting Oliver Twist, and such like. Karen, after waiting for the lad to stop, well, you can help me now. Lad, no I don't. I just got fired. Suck it, lad, and Oldman walked straight past Karen to the checkout. Karen, now speechless, harumphs, and wanders off, presumably to harass someone else. I think this was a better story just because I waited around.